Let's go.
We got it now.
Make it work now. Starts right now. Now let's make it go, man.
The San Francisco 49ers finished the regular season in a blaze of glory. Against Dallas, they ignited a dazzling display of big play fireworks.
8:40 to go in the first quarter as Miller's got the ball and gets his kick away. Coming down to McLemore with better running room now from the 45. Gets a block at the 50, down to the 45, to the 40, and breaks a tackle the 35 to 30. Turns around and breaks another tackle the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown for the 49ers! Joe swings a pass out of the left, caught over there by Solomon, comes up to the 25, the 30, breaks a tackle. Down the sideline to 40. He's to the 50, the 40. He's on his way to the 30, down the sideline, untied to 20. The 10, the 5, touchdown, 49ers! Danny White on second down and 10. Throws it out to the far side. Intercepted by Wright. He's got the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, 49ers!
Bill Walsh's 49ers had earned their second NFC Western Division title in 3 years. But when the season began, the team's personality was a mystery. As they emerged from the shadows of a disappointing 1982 campaign, it was clear that the 49ers possessed talented individuals. But it was the way they worked together that provided the team with its competitive character. A unique identity was forged from close bonds and firm friendships. A belief in themselves and in each other enabled the 1983 San Francisco 49ers to overcome obstacles on the road to the playoffs. When they reached their destination, they had proved that they were back among the best. Opening day beckoned the 49ers with the bright promise of a new place in the sun. Against Philadelphia, number 26, Wendell Tyler's touchdown run provided an early advantage. When that lead was erased, reserve quarterback Guy Benjamin and tight end Earl Cooper, number 49, combined for a 73-yard scoring play that narrowed the 49ers' deficit to 5 points. But the comeback trail proved to be a dead-end street. The specter of self-destruction that had haunted the team throughout 1982 eclipsed opening day's promise of a place in the sun. With 16 seconds left to play, a last-gasp game winner to number 87, Dwight Clark, was nullified by a holding penalty, and the 49ers fell 22-17. But 5 days later, the Niners got their heads screwed on straight and went back to work. In Minnesota, they simply demolished the Vikings 48-17. The following week in St. Louis, Tim Collier and Dwight Hicks, number 22, returned interceptions for touchdowns in a 42-27 victory. In the next 2 games, 5 scoring passes by Joe Montana paced wins over Atlanta and New England. In the 7th week, a team record 6 field goals by Ray Wersching against the Saints helped the 49ers rebound from a loss to the Rams. They then went on to post a come-from-behind victory in Anaheim, where the tide was turned by number 76, Dwayne Board, who stripped the ball in the Rams' end zone for a touchdown. After 8 games, the 49ers stood alone and confident atop the NFC West.
I think confidence from the quarterback sense also stems from the people around him. when you have confidence and the people around you have confidence, it's like a snowball. Once it gets going down the hill, it's hard to stop.
A revitalized rushing attack that had been the NFL's worst in 1982 was also instrumental in the 49ers' tear through the first half of the season. Spacious running lanes were blasted open by a demolition crew of an offensive line known primarily for its solid pass protection. Early in the year, in fact, this unit's ability to run block had been ridiculed on the pages of Sports Illustrated.
About the third week of September, there was an article in Sports Illustrated that said that, you know, we were a type of offensive line, couldn't knock a hole in the screen door. And Randy cut it out and put it up on his locker before the game, and it kind of gave us all a little incentive.
The line's steady anchor was 10-year veteran Keith Farnhorst, number 71. First-year pro Bubba Paris, number 77, became the newest member of a frontline fraternity that had been formed during some lean years.
We've got 4 of us with Keith and John and Fred and I that have been together now for 5 or 6 years through some pretty adverse situations, a couple 2-14 seasons and whatnot. So it really has bonded us a lot closer together as a group.
As a result of that friendship and that bond between all of us, naturally is something that is carried over to our life off the field.
This buddy system thrived on the good times its members enjoyed off the field and the hard times they provided on it.
We're nice guys to meet. We're pretty friendly people, but don't turn your back on us.
Those turning their backs on the 49ers' defensive comrades in arms did so at their own peril. But then it was no picnic to mount a head-on challenge against these shock troops, which included ends Jim Stuckey, number 79, Lawrence Pillars, Jeff Stover, and Dwayne Board. Number 76, Board, produced 13 of the 49ers' 57 sacks, the second highest total in the NFL. Like Board, linebacker Keena Turner, number 58, played on both passing and rushing downs, while establishing himself as a high-velocity hitman capable of exploding with sudden impact. The specialty of strong safety Carlton Williamson, number 27, was submarining blockers, then sinking runners. His tenacity was matched by backs Rick Jervis, Tom Holmoe, and Ronnie Lott, number 42. Lott's lightning hits ravaged receivers, and the cornerback also stole their thunder as he earned Pro Bowl honors for the 3rd time in his 3-year career. On offense, running backs Roger Craig, number 33, and Bill Ring, number 30, displayed an aggressive style of play that suggested a kinship with the 49er defense. The undersized Ring ran tall in a world of giants, and his teammates voted him the Len Eshmont Award for courageous and inspirational play. While Ring was an inspiration, Roger Craig was a revelation, an unheralded rookie who proved to be a footloose fullback. Craig's 12 scores made him the team's most prolific touchdown maker since 1972. While flashier rookie backs garnered the headlines in 1983, Roger Craig proved his value as part of an overall team concept. His debut was one of the most auspicious in 49er history. Candlestick Park was supposed to be the 49ers' comfort zone, but for a while it was a twilight zone where the hosts took it on the chin. The Niners began the season's second half with losses to the Jets and Dolphins when turnovers ruined potential score-tying drives. As of 1983's 10th week, the local heroes had won but once in their last 10 tries at Candlestick. People were starting to believe in a jinx, and Bill Walsh wasn't taking any chances.
Well, you can only change so much. We changed the practice time, the hotel, the menu, the meeting times. We're going to search all of the gypsy people that can give us the fortunes and tell us what to do next.
It was in the cards that favorable fortune would finally find the 49ers. In Week 11, Joe Montana's 3 touchdown passes helped bury the Saints 27-0, the first of 4 consecutive home victories. Tenacious defense also jettisoned the jinx. Sleek sack specialist Fred Dean, number 74, registered 6 of the team's 9 sacks. In this contest and throughout the season, Dean demonstrated an ability to control the tempo of a game. Fred Dean was a deadly weapon, and the 49ers launched him from all over the field.
We found that, well, people were setting a scheme to double team Fred quite a bit on pass rush. So we tried moving him around to, say, the opposite side, and he felt very good about it. He got some sacks from that side, and recently we've played him in the middle of our nickel defense. So really what we're trying to do is kind of make him a designated rusher where they can't say, okay, well, he's always going to be there, and we'll put 2 guys on him.
With his NFC high 17.5 sacks, Dean got maximum results in a minimum amount of playing time. Cornerback Eric Wright, number 21, was another key performer in a defense that allowed the second fewest points in the NFC. His philosophy was, take what the offense gives you. When the offense didn't give him anything, he took it anyway. Wright returned 2 of his 6 interceptions for touchdowns, and along with Fred Dean, he was a member of a game-busting thriller elite that also included running back Wendell Tyler, number 26. Despite missing 2.5 games with an injury, Tyler gained over 850 yards, the most by a 49er since 1977. While electrifying Wendell Tyler supplied the heat to one of the league's highest-scoring offenses, the light was provided by Joe Montana. For the 3rd consecutive season, Joe functioned as the 49ers' vital center, the heart from which energy flowed. Montana led the NFC in completion percentage while drawing from an imposing fleet of receivers. He had a dive bomber of a tight end in Russ Francis, number 81. And there were supersonic speedsters like Ronaldo Nehemiah, number 83. And Freddie Solomon, number 88. These targets helped Montana earn Pro Bowl honors as he passed for nearly 4,000 yards and 26 touchdowns. Improvisational skills enabled Montana to escape many a jab, as did his uncanny ability to throw on the run. But Montana's most important safety valve was once again number 87, Dwight Clark. The pair's productive partnership stems from a close friendship that began when they met as rookies in 1979.
He started playing before I did, and then I worked in, and we started working together well, and communication started off the field and carried on.
We were friends first before we became better friends on the field and got that connection going.
I think anytime you have a personal feeling about someone, it's much easier to work with. If he feels something, he'll tell me. And if I do, I'll tell him. And that works well, off the field and on the field.
He kind of knows what I'm going to do. He's very smart. He reads coverage as well. And the only thing I do is I try to get open. I try to go to the open space on the field and try to stay away from those big linebackers.
Clark's 70 receptions for 8 scores attest to the strength of a remarkable relationship that has adapted to change.
I'm married now, and you know, Joe's living with my wife and I, so it's like a Three's Company type deal. It's hard to play dominoes and shoot pool with your wife. You know, I can, but there's that competitiveness that Joe has.
Anything we can compete at pool, we will compete. And I think that's one of the things that keeps us together, that we're both competitive.
It's a good situation for me. I can spend time with my wife, yet there's somebody there it's almost like a playmate when you're a little kid.
Feels great, you know, it really does. It's, you know, we had a tough year last year, like a lot of clubs did in the strike shortened season, but our guys have played real well the last half of the year, and I'm just proud that we're able to, you know, compete when everybody else is sitting at home. It's nice being in the playoffs.
Ronnie Lott produced the first of 5 interceptions against Detroit, and Ricky Ellison, number 50, was responsible for 2 more. The rookie linebacker's pair of thefts set up 10 points. The 49ers' early spark was soon extinguished, but when their lead disappeared and time was almost about to vanish, they rekindled the flame. Despite the fact that Dwight Clark was lost for postseason play, Joe Montana completed 6 out of 6 passes on a 70-yard drive, and the 49ers lifted themselves off the canvas.
Here's Montana ready. Play action fake again. Throws into the end zone. Caught for a touchdown by Solomon. Solomon got it for a touchdown for the 49ers.
A 24-23 victory entitled the 49ers to vie for their 2nd NFC championship in 3 seasons.
All it came down to was that one last drive at the end of the game, and that's where playoff experience and having been there before in a big situation really helps.
We've been down before, and you know, no matter who we play next week, we'll come back.
The 49ers' next stop was foreboding indeed. For 3 quarters against the heavily favored Washington Redskins at RFK Stadium, the 49er offense was mired in a state of disorientation. Uncharacteristic mistakes posed a puzzle that Joe Montana and the Niner coaching staff tried desperately to solve. Meanwhile, the defense held its ground as the down 7 formed a bubble that plugged up running holes and bottled up number 44, John Riggs. In the first half of play, the 49ers limited the highest scoring team in NFL history to a mere 7 points.
Come on, team! Let's go! Let's hook and go!
But Washington eventually found a few defects in the 49ers' defensive armor. By the end of the 3rd period, the blowout many predicted had taken shape. Instead of packing their bags, however, the 49ers reached into their bag of tricks and pulled out all the stops. They pulled off a comeback of heroic proportions.
Montana going back to pass, looks toward the end zone, throws a pass. It's caught for a touchdown on the play by Mike Wilson. Wilson takes it for a score.
After cracking the Redskins' defense, the 49ers proceeded to shatter it.
First down and 10 to go. Here's Montana going back to pass again. Looks down the middle, throws deep, throws it out 40 yards to Solomon. He got it at the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown for the 49ers.
Then, with less than 8 minutes left to play, a Super Bowl berth was within the 49ers' grasp.
Here's Montana going back to pass. Looks toward the end zone. Lofts one to Wilson. He got it. Touchdown for the 49ers. Wilson taking the catch. Anthony Washington trying to cover him.
But Washington retaliated with a drive marked by controversy. With 40 seconds remaining in the game, a Redskins field goal earned them a 24-21 victory. The 49ers had run out of time, but they had never run out of courage. Though they were grounded in their quest for another world championship, nothing could change the fact that they had once again soared to the top flight of the NFL during 1983. They were powered by imagination and had the power to stir imagination. The players came in various sizes, but they were all shaped and united by friendship and mutual respect. In 1983, the San Francisco 49ers came back among the best, and they are likely to remain there for seasons to come.